These days of Elul preceding Rosh Hashanah are so powerful, so laden with opportunity, innate with potential for such incredible growth. And we keep discussing how we really have to tap into the power of the days that we have just a few short weeks before Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and that the work begins really now. Well, it began the first day of the month of Elul, and if we haven't started yet, let's begin now. It doesn't begin on Rosh Hashanah. The overarching, or perhaps the most important thing to remember in these days, and especially on the high holidays itself, is the very simple concept that Judaism is meant to be a passionate and continuous exploration, really a love affair between us and God. King Solomon wrote the book called Song of Songs, which is essentially a love story, a dialogue of two lovers between God and the Jewish people, and how they yearn for each other and they can't live without each other. And there's almost, as King David says, Cholat ahavani, I am sick with love. Nafshi cholat ahavatecha, also my soul is sick, yearns for your love in an obsessive way, an obsession that's healthy and gives us vibrancy. And to that end, I was struck when I just finished this book, The Art Thief, a true story of love, crime, and a dangerous obsession. And a slim volume, very, very fascinating read, follows the incredible adventures of most likely the most prolific art thief of all time. Young man, now he's in his 40s, named Stefan Breitweiser. And basically, I won't ruin the book if you want to get it, with the help of his girlfriend, he essentially stole almost $1.5 billion worth of art in broad daylight in the middle of museum hours, with using literally nothing more than his Swiss Army knife. Put stuff in his pants and his coat, and he just walked out the door. And through 7 different countries, he just pillaged all the great museums and even minor museums of Europe. And when they couldn't catch him because they thought this was a classic art thief, fencing it, dealing with it for great sums of money, buying on the black market. And really all that he and his girlfriend did was they brought it back to their little loft. They hung it up for their own personal pleasure. They never sold one piece of art that they stole. And here, I think this is very, very instructive into our attitude. Basically, this man, Stefan Breitweiser, and his girlfriend, they live in the loft of his mother's house. And his mother seems like she knew what was going on, but turned a blind eye. Breitweiser is an unemployed freeloader holed up in his mother's house. He acknowledges this. The arrangement permits him to live cheaply, allowing him to keep all of his illicit artwork without the need to even consider converting any of it into cash. Stealing art for money is disgraceful. Money can be made with far less risk, but liberating for love, he's known for a long time, feels ecstatic. And elsewhere the book describes how there was this crazy obsession, this electrical current that tingled within him whenever he saw a piece of art that moved him emotionally. That's what he stole. The most valuable paintings, the Picassos, the Monets, he ignored those. He didn't steal them, even though they were worth far more. Only the ones that truly spoke to his heart, that had emotional resonance, that he had a relationship with, those are what he stole. So he oftentimes chose the cheaper painting in the entire room because it spoke to him on a deep, personal, emotive level. A relationship was formed and he felt a tug. His heartstrings were pulled with this particular painting, or a silver goblet, or a bust, or sculpture, everything. This is exactly our Judaism. I found a lot of meaning in this book as it relates to these days. The Almighty is caring about us and He loves us and He's our Father in heaven. We have to find that avenue of connection and relationship and come to appreciate it and be obsessive over it, because that will give us true liberty. As He says about His art, to make a great separation, our connection with God will give us the greatest of liberties, the greatest passion, and the greatest joys. Shabbat Shalom.